Karen from 360 Chestnut. We're in a beautiful suburb of Massachusetts today, meeting with new homeowners David and Karen. We're going to check out their very green and clean home, so come with me and let's take a look. Hi, Karen.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Hi, David.
Hi, nice to see you.
Thank you so much for inviting us and the
Yeah.
360 Chestnut viewers into your home.
Yeah, welcome.
We can't wait
Pleasure.
Yeah.
We can't wait to take a tour and hear about all your experiences.
Definitely. Well, come in.
Thank you.
Come in.
So before we take a tour of your beautiful home, we were hoping that you could share your personal backstory with our viewers. What led you to this beautiful project?
Well, I think certainly a primary motivation was climate change. That we feel responsible to our kids and future generations to do as much as we can to address climate change, and it starts at home, and it starts at it's not only teaching them, setting an example, but doing the most we can as far as energy efficient, minimizing our carbon footprint, and living our values. So I think that's the most important. And then it turns out is when you have an energy efficient home, you save a lot of money and you have a more comfortable home. So those are nice side effects as well.
I also wanted to say how, I don't know if you saw the outside of our house. We have a lot of PV panels on our house, and we call it like an ATM machine on the top of our house because we're getting money back because we're producing more energy from the PV panels that we're using. So that's been really great.
That's an interesting point because we are here in New England.
Mhm.
And you haven't been in the home for that long, so you've been in the winter months. So starting with the winter, you're already seeing a return on your investment.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, so from January 1st till now, which is April, we actually have already produced more power than we've consumed. So going through January and February when you have relatively little sun, so that bodes well for the rest of the year. Essentially, we looked at what the meter read on January 1st, and right now the reading of the meter is lower than that.
Wow,
And we just got our April bill from NSTAR, and it was, negative $97. All of the power that's produced from the PV panels flows directly onto the grid and causes our electric meter to spin backwards. And it's a net meter, and so it's offset against power that we use other times. So over time, if they exactly balance out, then we just won't be paying for power at all. If we end up producing more energy than we use, then we'll have a credit balance that we actually can credit to someone else in NSTAR's territory. Whether we're net zero or not, or how much extra we produce, we'll figure that out over time.
I'm glad you mentioned the term net zero because I think for a lot of people they hear the term, but they don't really know exactly what that implies. So in your everyday life, what does net zero mean to you in this home?
Right. So net zero, so it's net. So you're looking at both production and demand. So demand, everybody has electricity demand. It's the amount of energy that you're using and you pay the utility for. Now with the PV panels, we also have production. And it's really independent of our demand. It's dependent on how much sun our PV panels are seeing and how much energy they're producing. So what we tried to do when we designed this house is balance the two. Even though they're independent of each other inherently, we try to figure out about how much energy we would be using in the house and make that number as small as possible. And then get enough supply, get enough PV panels so that it would meet that demand. And if the two end up matching exactly, then we're at net zero because we're producing as much energy as we're demanding. And so our impact on the grid is over time, over whatever period, let's say over a year, will be that we won't have taken up any energy from the grid or supplied. It'll be zero.
Fantastic. Great, well, let's start with the tour.
All right.